Shalini ma'am, you can start.
जी सर। Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. On behalf of Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you joining us today for the annual National E-Conference titled Fostering Excellence in Higher Education, organized by Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, in collaboration with CTPD India, SDRF, and CTEF, Delhi NCR chapter. I am Shalini Sharma, Assistant Professor, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, and it's a great honor for me to be moderator for this technical session 1.1 titled of sub-theme is Excellence in the Age of Digital Technology. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chair, Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Teacher Education, DAV PG College, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Namaskar ma'am. I also welcome our esteemed co-chair, Dr. Sakshi Virmani Rishi, Associate Professor, School of Psychology and Education, Rishi Hood University, Sonipat, Haryana. Namaskar, ma'am. I also welcome Mr. Nirmal Singh Sir, Secretary, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sir, Principal, Saraswati College, Dr. Anita Singh Ma'am, Head of Department of Education, Saraswati College, faculties from different part of India, my co-faculty members, and dear uh, presenters and students. Once again, I welcome you all on this technical session 1.1 titled Excellence in the Age of Digital Technology. I am confident that the esteemed speaker and participants gathered here today will contribute to a vibrant exchange of ideas and collaborative knowledge sharing. Now is the time to introduce Honorable Chair Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari ma'am. Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari ma'am is presently working as Associate Professor, Department of Teacher Education, DAV PG College, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. She is MSc, B.Ed, M.Ed, gold medalist from ML Sukhdevia University, Udaipur, Rajasthan. Uh, she had a wide experience of more than 26 years as a teacher educator and has published 30 papers in national and international journals and contributed around 17 chapters entitled in edited books. She has been resource person and keynote speaker more than 20 faculty development program, conferences, seminar and workshop. She also won awards Asian Education Award for Best Teaching 2021, Nari Shakti Puraskar, Humanitarian Excellence Award 2022, Teacher of the Year Award 2022 by CM of Uttarakhand. She is counselor in IGNOU B.Ed, MA Education, and has guided 15 PG dissertation. Her area of interest in teaching and research are educational technology, teaching technology, philosophy of education, pedagogy of science, and guidance and counseling. Welcome, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari, ma'am, for her address.
Thank you so much, Shalini ma'am, for the humble introduction. मुझे लगता है सबसे महत्वपूर्ण ये है कि इस तरह के आभासी मंचों पर हम जितने ज़्यादा लोगों को सुनते हैं और उनके अनुभवों के साथ-साथ अपने आप भी बहुत कुछ निरंतर सीखते रहते हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि पैंडेमिक के बाद एक ये बहुत ही अच्छी अपॉर्च्युनिटी हमको मिली है कि हम बहुत अधिक कार्यक्रमों में सहभागिता कर सकते हैं। A very warm namaskar and good evening to all the organizing committee members of this national conference. Conference convener Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir, Principal Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad. Session co-chair Dr. Sakshi Varmani Rishi. Conference secretary and moderator of the present session, Ms. Shalini Sharma, Dr. Anita Singh ma'am, all the paper presenters, participants and attendees. इस राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन का जो मुख्य विषय है वो एक्सीलेंस इन हायर एजुकेशन, उच्च शिक्षा में उत्कृष्टता। और जैसा कि ये जो शब्द हैं वो अपने आप में ही इंगित करते हैं कि एक्सीलेंस शब्द का प्रयोग जो है जब कुछ बहुत अच्छा हम करते हैं, आउटस्टैंडिंग परफॉर्मेंस, उसके लिए किया जाता है, जो कि अन्य से बहुत भिन्न है, बहुत उच्च स्तर की है और जिससे बाकी लोग जो हैं वो बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं। अब हम जब कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन की बात हम करते हैं तो इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन स्पेशली क्वालिटी एंड स्टैंडर्ड्स, दोनों ही शब्द बहुत महत्वपूर्ण हैं। और एक्सीलेंस रिलेट करता है क्वालिटी ऑफ टीचिंग से, स्टूडेंट्स की कैपेबिलिटीज से, उसी के साथ साथ स्केल ऑफ रिसोर्स प्रोविजन, लेवल ऑफ स्टूडेंट अचीवमेंट, ये सब बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और मेन एलिमेंट्स जो कि एक्सीलेंस के ऊपर फोकस करते हैं वो है किसी भी हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन का लीडरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट जो है वो कैसा है, उसी के साथ साथ टीचिंग एंड स्टूडेंट लर्निंग वो भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, रिसर्च, और अंत में मुख्य जो बात आती है वो है कि स्टूडेंट्स का परफॉर्मेंस कैसा है, बिकॉज द एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर मेंट टू बी beneficial for the individuals who are entering there and spending a lot of time of their life in those particular educational institutions. So it is very very essential कि किसी भी educational institution की जब हम बात करते हैं और विशेषकर जब हम हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की बात करते हैं तो वो आने वाले जीवन के लिए विद्यार्थियों को तैयार कर रहे हैं, जॉब मार्केट के लिए भी तैयार कर रहे हैं। वो अपनी आजीविका कमाने लायक ही ना बने बल्कि उनके विचार जो हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं राष्ट्र की प्रगति में, विश्व की प्रगति में और दूसरों के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल सिद्ध हों। तो इस प्रकार की जब हम हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की बात करें और उनमें एजुकेशनल एक्सीलेंस की जब हम बात करते हैं विशेषकर, तो मैंने एक टर्म कहीं पढ़ी और वो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी। वो ये है कि एक्सीलेंस इज एन एक्सपेक्टेशन एंड अ गोल, दोनों ही है। ये अपेक्षा भी है एक्सीलेंस और ये हमारे लिए एक तरह से हमारा अंतिम उद्देश्य कहें या एम, गोल आप जो कहे उसको हम मान सकते हैं। और ये एम जो है ये सेंट्रल होना चाहिए किसी भी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन का जो कल्चर है, उनकी जो वैल्यूज है, और उसी से कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रूवमेंट के लिए मोटिवेशन भी मिलता है। यदि किसी भी व्यक्ति के जीवन का कोई गोल ना हो, उसी प्रकार से किसी भी संस्था का यदि कोई गोल ना हो, तो फिर वो किस दिशा की ओर अग्रसर हो उसको कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं मिलता। और विशेषकर जब हम बात कर रहे हैं हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की, उनमें एक्सेलेंस की, तो ये हमारे लिए मोटिवेशन भी होना चाहिए, ये हमारे लिए एम भी होना चाहिए कि हम किस प्रकार से कार्य करें कि एक्सेलेंस तक पहुंचा जा सके। और सब थीम की अगर मैं बात करूं तो अभी जो प्रेजेंट सेशन है उसकी सब थीम है एक्सेलेंस इन द एज ऑफ डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी। डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, डिजिटल एरा है, ये संसार जो है उसमें डिजिटलाइजेशन काफी समय पहले से शुरू हो गया था, लेकिन विश्व के अन्य देशों की तरह हमारे देश के ऊपर इसका इतना अधिक प्रभाव जो है वो नहीं देखा गया। लेकिन कहते हैं ना कि वी जस्ट वेंट विद लीप्स एंड बाउंड्स, हमने इतनी ऊंची छलांग लगाई इस पेंडेमिक के सिचुएशन में, क्योंकि ये एक इकलौता जरिया बन गया था। विशेषकर शिक्षा के क्षेत्र की अगर हम बात करें तो हम कैसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। और डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो ये वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक टूल्स हैं, डिवाइसेस हैं, सिस्टम्स हैं या रिसोर्सेज हैं जो डेटा को जेनरेट भी करते हैं, स्टोर भी करते हैं और प्रोसेस भी करते हैं। आज का युग भी जो है वो आंकड़ों का युग है, वो डेटा का युग है। उन आंकड़ों को एकत्रित करने में, उनको स्टोर करने में और उसको प्रोसेस करने में, इन तीनों में ही जो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी है वो हमारी बहुत अधिक मदद करती है, जो कि पहले संभव नहीं था। डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी में बेसिकली वो सारी डिवाइसेस आ सकती हैं, जैसे पर्सनल कंप्यूटर्स हैं, टैबलेट्स हैं, टूल्स जैसे कि कैमरा है, कैलकुलेटर है, डिजिटल टॉयज हैं, और सिस्टम्स जैसे कि सॉफ्टवेयर और एप्स हैं, ऑगमेंटेड और वर्चुअल रियलिटी, एंड लेस टेंजिबल फॉर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे कि इंटरनेट है। ये सभी कुछ डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी के अंतर्गत ही आता है। And through the integration of advanced technologies and digital tools, digital transformation can happen. And this digital transformation of higher education or education in general has changed how education is delivered, accessed and experienced. तीनों ही चीजें, किस प्रकार से शिक्षा दी जाए, किस प्रकार से शिक्षा को हम प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, और उससे किन अनुभवों को हम सीख सकते हैं। और ऑब्वियस ही बात है कि ये जीवन के विभिन्न अनुभव ही हैं जो हमें उत्तरोत्तर प्रगति, चाहे वो विचारों की प्रगति हो, कार्य करने के क्षेत्र में हो, इनोवेशन की बात हम करें, क्रिएटिविटी की बात करें, दूसरों के साथ कोलैबोरेट और कम्युनिकेट करने की बात करें, इन सभी में ये टेक्नोलॉजी जो है, डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है, वो बहुत बड़ा रोल जो है वो प्ले कर रहा है। अब तकनीकी के प्रयोग के द्वारा शिक्षा में हम महत्वपूर्ण 3 बिंदुओं की चर्चा करते हैं: एक्सेसिबिलिटी, एंगेजमेंट और एफिशिएंसी। तीनों ही चीजें, और इसमें जो सकारात्मक परिवर्तन संभव हुआ है वो सब कुछ तकनीकी के कारण हुआ है। इस मल्टीफेसेटेड प्रोसेस में विभिन्न पहलुओं को सम्मिलित हम कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि पहला है ऑनलाइन लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स को अपनाना, दूसरा है व्यक्तिगत या वैयक्तिक अनुभव जो हैं उनके लिए डेटा एनालिटिक्स, आंकड़ों का विश्लेषण, उसका उपयोग करना, इसके बारे में थोड़ी चर्चा आगे भी करेंगे, और भौगोलिक सीमाओं से परे सहयोग को बढ़ावा देना। When we think about the whole world as a global village, it is very very essential for all of us to first of all connect, then communicate, collaborate. So working together की जब हम बात करते हैं, एक दूसरे के पास जो एक्सपर्टाइज है, जो ज्ञान है, जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, उसको जानना, एक दूसरे तक पहुंचाना और फिर उसका उपयोग करना, ये डिजिटलाइजेशन के द्वारा ही संभव हो भी सका है। उच्च शिक्षा के स्टेक होल्डर्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं, तो वो स्टूडेंट्स जो कि हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में एडमिशन लेते हैं, जो हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं जैसे कि कॉलेजेस हैं, विभिन्न प्रकार के, प्राइवेट हैं, गवर्नमेंट हैं, यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, डीम्ड टू बी यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, हर प्रकार के हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस। तीसरा है जो टीचर्स हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, पेरेंट्स हैं, और सोसाइटी भी, क्योंकि जो भी लोग हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं या कुछ डिग्रीज ले रहे हैं या अनुभव ले रहे हैं, उसके बाद वो जा रहे हैं उस जॉब मार्केट में या सोसाइटी में, तो ये सब भी स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं। इन सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को अगर हम ध्यान में रखते हुए ये बात कहें कि एक्सीलेंस हमको प्राप्त करनी है, उत्कृष्ट स्तर तक जाना है, और उसमें डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो युग में किस प्रकार से मदद करेगा, या इस युग में एक्सीलेंस की बात हम कैसे कर सकते हैं, तो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग एक तो एजुकेटर्स को एम्पावर करने के लिए बहुत अधिक न सिर्फ किया जा सकता है बल्कि हो भी रहा है। वहां जब उनके पास आंकड़े हैं या जिन स्टूडेंट्स को वो पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो इंडिविजुअल्स की लर्निंग क्या है, उनकी आवश्यकताएं क्या हैं, उसके लिए टेलर मेड इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो है वो बनाई जा सकती हैं। क्लासरूम में एक लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, और उन लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स के बारे में इंडिविजुअली सब कुछ जानना और हर इंडिविजुअल स्टूडेंट के लिए टेलर मेड इंस्ट्रक्शन बनाना, वो रियल क्लासरूम सिचुएशंस में इतना संभव नहीं है, जो कि डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की सहायता से अब संभव होते चले जा रहा है। और इसमें बहुत बड़ा रोल जो है, जहां मैंने एक चर्चा की थी, डेटा एनालिटिक्स की हम बात कर रहे थे, अत्यधिक आंकड़े जो हैं हमारे पास, वो फिजिकल फॉर्म में आना बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की सहायता से हमारे पास आंकड़ों का एक वृहद महासागर, भवसागर है, और जिनका उपयोग करके हमें किसको क्या आवश्यकता है, तो इंस्ट्रक्शंस को हम जो एक टेलर मेड कहते हैं ना, जैसा टेलर हमारे लिए कपड़े हमारी नाप के बनाता है, उसी तरह से प्रत्येक विद्यार्थी की क्या आवश्यकता है, क्या उसके ड्रॉबैक्स हैं या क्या उसकी लिमिटेशंस हैं, क्या उसके पास ऐसा है जो कि दूसरों से बहुत बेहतर है और उसका उपयोग कर सकते हैं, उसके अनुसार इंस्ट्रक्शंस को टेलर मेड किया जा सकता है। दूसरा है enabling students to take a more active role in their learning journey, ऐसा नहीं है कि टीचर बोल रहा है, स्टूडेंट केवल सुन ही रहा है। अब हम जब भी डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी के इस्तेमाल की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो जो विद्यार्थी हैं वो विभिन्न सोर्सेस से, जहां से भी ज्ञान वो प्राप्त कर सके, वो उस ज्ञान को प्राप्त कर रहे हैं। और उस ज्ञान को प्राप्त करने के साथ साथ उसमें ये नहीं है कि वो केवल एक पैसिव लिसनर होंगे, तो नहीं। बीच में अगर कोई क्वेश्चनियर आ रहा है तो तुमने उसको भरना भी है। उसके बाद कोई क्वेश्चन आ रहा है तो आपको फटाफट उसका आंसर भी देना है। आपको फीडबैक भी इमीडिएटली मिलेगा। तो आप एक बहुत एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेंट हैं और आपके पास नॉलेज गैदर करने के लिए बहुत सारे डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स भी हैं। इसी तरीके से हम जब लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग की बात करते हैं, तो अगर आप हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस में हैं, आप क्लासरूम क्लासेस अटेंड करते हैं, उसके अलावा अगर आप बहुत रिमोट एरियाज में भी अगर कहीं रहते हैं और आप क्लासेस अटेंड नहीं भी अगर हम कर पा रहे हैं फिजिकल क्लासेस, तो आप किस रूप में इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का। तो इसने पूरे संसार में एक शैक्षिक परिदृश्य जो है उसमें बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन ला दिया है। और आज का जो युग है उसकी डिमांड्स बहुत डिफरेंट हैं। दीज आर एवरलास्टिंग डिमांड्स, दीज आर एवर चेंजिंग डिमांड्स। आज आप कुछ सीख रहे हैं, कल वो बिल्कुल बदल जा रहा है। तो जिस तेजी से ये
Yeah.
संसार बदल रहा है, संसार में कार्य करने की आवश्यकताएं बदल रही हैं, उसके लिए विद्यार्थियों को तैयार करना इस पल पल बदलते समाज के लिए, विश्व के लिए बहुत आवश्यक है कि डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी जो है उसका हम इस्तेमाल करें, क्योंकि उससे एक कहते हैं ना अपडेट रहना, जैसा संसार है, जैसी आवश्यकता है उसके अनुसार। और इसी में अगर हम आगे चर्चा करें तो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का हम इस्तेमाल कैसे कर सकते हैं। स्टूडेंट्स को सॉफ्ट स्किल्स बताना, टीचिंग द स्टूडेंट सॉफ्ट स्किल्स बाय फ्लिपिंग द क्लासरूम। फ्लिप्ड क्लासरूम की हम बात करते हैं। द टीचर is giving some kind of assignment to the students, and the students have to collect information from the various search engines, and then they have to do their own research. They have to gather data, and whether the information they are gathering how true it is, और उसका जो रिसोर्स है उसको ढूंढना। फिर आप अपना प्रेजेंटेशन बनाएंगे तो आप वीडियो का उपयोग कर रहे हैं, आप ऑडियो का उपयोग कर रहे हैं, आप एक पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बना रहे हैं या स्टोरी टेलिंग के फॉर्म में कर रहे हैं। बहुत सारे इसके विभिन्न रूप हैं। तो इस तरह से सॉफ्ट स्किल्स को सीखने में भी, और सॉफ्ट स्किल्स को सीखकर अपनी बात को दूसरों तक पहुंचाना, प्रेजेंटेशन एंड कम्युनिकेशन, ऑल द थ्री थिंग्स, रिसर्च, then presentation and communicating whatever you have found to other people, that is all the soft skills can be taught to the students। एक्टिव जो ऑनलाइन टूल्स हैं उनको इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है कोलैबोरेशंस को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए। एक टर्म है जो आजकल बहुत ज्यादा इस्तेमाल में की जा रही है। जब मैंने पहली बार सुना तो मैंने बहुत कोशिश की कि इसका फुल फॉर्म क्या होगा, पर मैं नहीं कहीं पहुंच पाई और फिर मुझे ढूंढना ही पड़ा। दैट इज यूजिंग BYOD, एंड आई वाज वेरी सरप्राइज व्हाट इज BYOD एंड व्हाट आर वी डूइंग विद BYOD इन द क्लासरूम्स। आई कुडंट गेट इट। अ पर्सन from an erstwhile era, it was very difficult for me to understand that one. For young children it is very obvious, that is bring your own device. And when the students are bringing their own devices to the classrooms or in their homes when they are attending any kind of online sessions, to test whether they have understood the concept or not, it has become very easy with the help of these digital technologies. And it also helps the teacher to provide instant feedback to the students. Not only the teacher is able to give instant feedback, but the teacher is also able to reach to a particular point, that what are the things which have been learned by the students, and what are the different concepts which seem to be difficult and need more explanation. तो immediate feedback न सिर्फ students को दिया जा सकता है बल्कि teachers को भी मिलता है। टीचर्स यूज कर सकते हैं एक्सटेंडेड रियलिटी टेक्नोलॉजीज की, जब हम बात करते हैं VR एंड AR, और इससे रियल वैल्यू लर्निंग प्रोसेस को दी जा सकती है। स्टूडेंट्स की जो लर्निंग एबिलिटी है वो हम इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं कि वो कैसे विजुअलाइज करें कॉन्सेप्ट्स को, क्योंकि इससे इमेंस लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है। बिकॉज माय वन ऑफ माय सन्स, ही इज डूइंग समथिंग रिलेटेड विद फैशन कम्युनिकेशंस, एंड ही इज वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन हिस्ट्री। तो एक दिन जब उसने मुझे कहा, मैंने कहा काश मैं यहाँ जा पाती, मुझे किले जो है वो बड़ा फैसिनेट करते हैं। तो उसने कहा आप सब जगह कैसे जाओगे, लेकिन उसने मुझे यूरोप के किलों से रिलेटेड जब एक पूरी डॉक्यूमेंट्री सॉर्ट ऑफ कह सकते हैं दिखाई, मुझे तो लगा मैं उन किलों के अंदर चली गई पूरा, वहां की वॉल में क्या है, अंदर कैसा है, आर्किटेक्चर कैसा है, एक पिलर कैसा है, सब कुछ। तो ये जो संभव हुआ है, जहाँ हम स्पेशली बात करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स की इमर्सिव लर्निंग की, जब आप हम बात करते हैं, अब बिल्कुल उसके भीतर तक जाकर सब कुछ जान सकें और सीख सकें। There was a time because I used to live in a place जहाँ की स्मेल्टर्स थे, तो फ्रॉथ फ्लोटेशन प्रोसेस जो स्कूल में केमिस्ट्री में पढ़ाया जाता था, हमने तो ओरिजिनली देखा है। तो व्हेन आई वाज टेलिंग अबाउट दिस टू माय सन, तो उसने कहा मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा फ्रॉथ फ्लोटेशन प्रोसेस एग्जैक्टली कैसा होता है। तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजीज यू कैन इजीली सी देम, एंड द इमर्सिव काइंड ऑफ लर्निंग मेक्स अ ह्यूज इम्पैक्ट, स्पेशली इन द काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग टू। इसी तरह से गेम बेस्ड एलिमेंट्स की हम बात करते हैं, गेमिफिकेशन बहुत पॉपुलर टर्म आजकल है। तो स्टूडेंट्स का जो एंगेजमेंट लेवल है उसको इंक्रीज किया जा सकता है। वो जो कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं न सिर्फ उनको रिमेंबर करते हैं बल्कि अंडरस्टैंड भी करते हैं। और स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो एक इंक्रीज्ड एक्सेस उनको मिलता है एजुकेशनल रिसोर्सेज को, और अपने पेस पे वो डिजिटल टूल्स की सहायता से सीख सकते हैं, जिसके लिए कि एडेप्टिव लर्निंग सॉफ्टवेयर भी है। तो जिसका जो पेस है वो उसके अनुसार सीख सकता है। और डिजिटल ईरा में हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस एक्सीलेंस के लिए कैसे स्ट्राइव करें, तो सबसे पहला वो इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं अपनी एक्सेसिबिलिटी को और इंक्लूसिविटी को। जैसे कि हम ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज की बात करते हैं, रिमोट लर्निंग की बात करते हैं, और एक्सेसिबल कंटेंट फॉर्मेट्स जो होते हैं। इसमें सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि वो स्टूडेंट्स जिनको कोई ना कोई डिसेबिलिटी है, एंड इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर देम टू ऑलवेज कम्यूट फ्रॉम वेरी डिस्टेंट प्लेसेस एंड अटेंड द हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, उनको भी एक्सेस मिल जाता है। हम ओपन एजुकेशनल रिसोर्सेज की बात करें, मूक्स की बात करें, वेरियस ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स की अगर बात करें, तो इससे एक्सेसिबिलिटी और इंक्लूसिविटी दोनों को ही इंक्रीज करेंगे, और ये एक्सेलेंस की तरफ हमारा जो है वो एक तरह से पहला कदम हो सकता है। इससे एक चीज मुझे याद आ रही है कि एनी टाइम लर्निंग, एनीवेयर लर्निंग, एंड एनी वन कैन लर्न में मैं एक जगह देख रही थी कि एक बच्चे ने आईएएस की परीक्षा क्लियर की, और वो जो है वो रेलवे स्टेशन पे बैठ के पढ़ाई करता था, क्योंकि वहां फ्री वाईफाई की सुविधा थी और उसके पास फोन था। तो जो कुछ भी उसको पढ़ना है, वो सारा का सारा कंटेंट, उससे रिलेटेड वीडियोस, ऑडियोज, प्रैक्टिस पेपर्स, वो सब कुछ एक्सेसिबिलिटी की जब हम बात कर रहे हैं फॉर ईच एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल। दूसरा है बूस्टिंग द डेटा ड्रिवन डिसीजन मेकिंग। When we are talking about excellence in higher education, I talked about the administration and the leadership, as well as the teachers, the teaching learning process, the assessment and the evaluation process, most of them. In सब में data जो है वो एक बहुत बड़ा role play करता है, and using the digital technologies, educational institutions are now equipped to collect and analyze vast amount of data on student performance, their classroom or other kind of teaching engagements, and learning trends. What is the recent learning trend that can be known with the help of data analytics? और data driven approach जो है, ये educators को, administrators को, leaders को allow भी करता है कि वो educational strategies जो है वो individuals के लिए डिजाइन कर सकें और optimize कर सकें resource allocation को। और इसी के साथ नेक्स्ट जो है एक्सेलेंस की टूवर्ड्स, दैट इज ग्लोबलाइज्ड एजुकेशन। It offers students access to diverse range of perspectives, cultures, and academic resources. It enriches the educational experiences of students as they can engage in the cross-cultural dialogues. They can gain international exposure. हम हमेशा से सुनते थे कि मैसेच्यूसेट्स इंस्टीट्यूट में कौन पढ़ता होगा, ऑक्सफोर्ड में। अब कितना पॉसिबल है ये डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की सहायता से कि आप विश्व के किसी भी देश में हायर एजुकेशन प्राप्त कर रहे हो, एक मेंटर के रूप में, एक गाइड के रूप में, या किसी इंटर्नशिप या प्रोजेक्ट में आप विश्व के जो सबसे बेहतरीन लोग हैं, बेहतरीन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, या जिनके पास एक्सपर्टाइज है, उनके साथ मिलकर भी काम कर सकते हैं। तो जो ग्लोबल बाउंड्रीज जो हैं वो बिल्कुल खत्म हो गई हैं। मैंने कॉलेज में आके पहली बार टिस का नाम सुना था, और मुझे बड़ा लगता था कि काश मुझे अगर पहले पता होता, जब मैं कॉलेज में पढ़ा करती थी, तो मैं टिस से कुछ ना कुछ पढ़ाई जरूर कर सकती। लेकिन मुझे इस बार एक बार मौका मिला, और मैंने टिस से 2 कोर्सेज किए 3 मंथ्स के। तो एंड आई वाज वेरी वेरी हैप्पी कि वो इंस्टीट्यूशन जिसके पास एक्सपर्टाइज है, स्पेशली जब हम सोशियोलॉजी के फील्ड की या ह्यूमैनिटेरियन फील्ड की अगर हम बात करते हैं, ह्यूमैनिटीज के फील्ड की बात करते हैं, साइकोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, तो उनका जो एक्सपर्टाइज है, उनके जो एक्सपर्ट टीचर्स हैं, उनके जो एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, उनका जो लर्निंग मटेरियल है, उनके जो केस स्टडीज हैं, उसके द्वारा हम भी लाभान्वित हो सकें। तो बाउंड्रीज जो हैं वो बिल्कुल खत्म हो गई हैं। एक्सपेंसेस को ट्रिम किया जा सकता है। जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज, लेबोरेटरीज की बात करें अगर हम, या बुक्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं, बैठने के लिए क्लासरूम्स की बात करते हैं, और उसके साथ बाकी दूसरी बहुत सारी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज की जो आवश्यकता होगी, वो एक्सपेंसेस जो है वो ट्रिम करके रिसोर्सेज एलोकेशन किया जा सकता है उन फील्ड्स में जहां और अधिक आवश्यकता है। और इवैल्यूएशन जो है इससे वो बहुत तुरंत जो है वो किया जा सकता है। मुझे लग रहा है मैं ज्यादा समय न लूं, तो एक लास्ट बात कह के मैं समाप्त करूंगी। यूनेस्को इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर स्टैटिस्टिक्स जो है, उसकी एक रिपोर्ट है, उसमें उन्होंने कहा 2030 तक पूरे विश्व में 377.4 मिलियन स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो ग्लोबली एनरोल्ड होंगे। जब इस फिगर को सुनते हैं 377.4 मिलियन स्टूडेंट्स, और ऑब्वियस सी बात है इसमें मैक्सिमम नंबर जो स्टूडेंट्स का है वो डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज का होगा, क्योंकि वहां पॉपुलेशन भी बहुत ज्यादा है। और इंडिया की जब हम बात करते हैं तो 18 से 30 वर्ष की उम्र के हम सबसे यंग कंट्री भी हैं। और ये जो डिमांड है, इतने ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स के हायर एजुकेशन प्राप्त करने के संदर्भ में, ये डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की सहायता से ही संभव हो सकती है। और ये जो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी है और उनके द्वारा शिक्षा की, स्पेशली हायर एजुकेशन की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो दिस इज द की टू द गोल ऑफ डिलीवरिंग यूनिवर्सल एक्सेस टू एजुकेशन एज वेल एज एक्सेलेंस इन एजुकेशन टू। ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमारे पास हैं। केवल दो तीन की बात मैं करूंगी। इम्प्रूव्ड टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग, increased engagement of students, reducing the inequality, anywhere anytime anybody access, जो accessibility जो होती है, growing return towards investment too। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो एक्सेलेंस के लिए होता है वो है स्टूडेंट आउटकम एंड प्रोसेसेस। So when we are talking about excellence in higher education, student outcome is the most important thing। उत्कृष्टता जो है वो दिखाई तब देती है जब एक एंड प्रोडक्ट के रूप में हमारे सामने आता है। I shouldn't say that students are the end products, but obviously when a whole country, a whole generation is working towards the excellence of students in such a manner that they can be the most supportive individuals, they are the ones जो सबसे ज्यादा अपनी तरफ से इस संसार को आगे बढ़ाने में, विश्व में चाहे वो किसी भी क्षेत्र की हम बात करें, किसी भी क्षेत्र की, अगर आप इकोनॉमिक्स की बात करते हैं, पॉलिटिक्स की बात करते हैं, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, साइंटिफिक इनोवेशंस की बात करते हैं, तो किसी भी फील्ड में विद्यार्थी उत्कृष्टता को प्राप्त करें, इसके लिए हायर एजुकेशन में डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज जो हैं वो अपार संभावनाएं लेकर आई हैं। और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है आज जो पेपर प्रेजेंटर्स अपनी अपनी बात करेंगे, तो उन्होंने अपने एक पर्टिकुलर चोजन फील्ड या टॉपिक के ऊपर कुछ रिसर्च करके अपने पेपर्स जो हैं वो लिखे भी होंगे और आज वो हमारे सामने प्रेजेंट भी करेंगे। मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ डॉक्टर संजय कुमार सर का और शालिनी शर्मा मैम का, कि आपने मुझे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कि मैं इसके संदर्भ में अपने कुछ विचार जो हैं वो सबके साथ साझा कर सकूं। और डॉक्टर साक्षी वर्मानी भी हमारे साथ उपस्थित हैं, अनीता मैम भी हैं। आप सबका बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
धन्यवाद मैम। मैम, आपने उच्च शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, साथ ही साथ जीवन के हर क्षेत्र में तकनीकी शिक्षा, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से किस तरह उत्कृष्टता प्राप्त की जाए, इस पर प्रकाश डाला। धन्यवाद मैम। अब मैं सत्र को आगे बढ़ाती हूँ। Now I feel privileged to introduce our esteemed co-chair, Dr. Sakshi Virwani Rishi ma'am. Dr. Sakshi Varmani Rishi is working as an associate professor in the School of Psychology and Education at Rishi Hood University, having 16 years of teaching experience. She did MA, BA from University of Jammu, UGC NET education. She has also done certification courses as well as as a certified life skills trainer from Singapore University, published several research paper and articles in reputed journal of education, also authored 3 books for B.Ed curriculum. Her fourth book, Quality Assurance in Higher Education Need of the Hour, has been published in 6 foreign languages. Her area of specialization, philosophical and sociological perspective in education, knowledge and curriculum in B.Ed, teaching of social science, life skills, guidance and counseling, value education, school organization and management, school leadership and management, experience as an external and paper setter in various esteemed organizations. As a resource person, she has taken session in many renowned organizations in the field of education. Welcome you, ma'am. We eagerly anticipate the insight and discussion that will unfold under your guidance. Now we'll commence with paper presentation. I would like to hand over the session to co-chair Dr. Sakshi Virmani Rishi, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shalini ma'am. Thank you, Sanjay sir, for giving me this opportunity. And really, I'm privileged to be a part of this conference. Um, Before starting the, welcoming the paper presenters, I just want to thank Reena ma'am to give us the insight on today's topic. Ma'am, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आपने हमें guide किया, आपने अपने experience से, अपने words से हमें बताया कि how this topic is important in today's scenario because the अगर हम बात करें something बहुत ज़्यादा important है क्योंकि we are living in a digitalized world, AI का ज़माना है और बच्चे और टीचर्स दोनों जो हैं वो किस तरीके से कनेक्टेड रहे बिकॉज वी आर सेइंग दैट पहले एक टाइम था जब हम कहते थे टीचिंग इज अ बाइपोलर प्रोसेस बिकॉज इट इज कनेक्टेड और इंटरैक्टेड बिटवीन टीचर एंड द स्टूडेंट्स बट नाउ वी आर सेइंग दैट टीचिंग इज अ education basically is a tripolar process which connects teacher, student and the society. तो जितना हम सोसाइटी के साथ चलेंगे उतना हम जो है प्रोग्रेस की ओर चलेंगे. So I'll start with the quote, and the quote is was given by John Kennedy, that change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past and or present, they are certain to miss the future. तो ये कोट अपने में ही सक्षम है इस बात का कि हमें अपनी सोसाइटी के साथ प्रोग्रेस करनी है, आगे बढ़ना है. So with this, good afternoon everyone, and welcome all the paper presenters. Before announcing the name of the paper present, I just want to request to all the presenters to kindly adhere the timings. I think 10 minutes will be given to each participant. So, ज़्यादा time ना लेते हुए, I'll first announce the name of Dr. Geeta Pathak. She is basically working right now as an associate professor in Guru Ramdas College of Higher Education, affiliated to GGSIP University. Her paper title is Unveil the Future of Teacher Training, Exploring AI-Powered Adaptive Learning Platforms in B.Ed Program. Welcome, Dr. Geeta Pathak.
रुको कैमरा.
Any problem, Shalini ma'am?
सर गीता पाठक जी को को-होस्ट बना दीजिए. मैं को-होस्ट बनाने.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes.
audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Just ना वीडियो ऑन करें जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट है ना जो पेपर प्रेजेंट करेंगे.
Ma'am, can you share the screen because you have disabled? You have disabled.
गीता पाठक मैम एक बार ना आप अपना वीडियो ऑन कीजिए.
मैम आपने मेरी स्क्रीन शेयर डिसेबल करेक्ट किया प्लीज. खुद ही
No, we have allowed. You can share the screen.
सर मैंने ऑन करा है, मैंने ऑन कर दिया है, शायद आपकी तरफ से डिसेबल्ड है.
No, we have allowed. Now you are co-host. You can share the screen.
मैम मेरे को स्क्रीन can you see my PPT?
No, ma'am, it is not visible.
Sir, can you see my PPT? So shall I start?
Ma'am, yes, you can start. But your PPT is not visible.
Shall I start, sir? I'm trying to share my screen. Otherwise, you can also share my PPT if you have that. Okay, thank you. PPT is not visible. Ma'am, your voice is not audible to.
Your PPT is visible now, ma'am.
Shall I start the presentation, ma'am?
Yes, you can start, but आप वापस PPTs पे आइए, ma'am.
Can you see my PPT? Shall I start? Okay. My topic is unveiling the teacher training, exploring AI-powered adaptive learning platforms in B.Ed program. We all know that AI, artificial intelligence, refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machine, primarily computer systems. AI has four components: machine learning, language processing, and robotics. And we all know that artificial intelligence is not the future, but the present of education system in India and worldwide. Our students are submitting their homeworks through ChatGPT, and they are using AI to the extent that we even as teachers don't know what they are using. This comes to a need that we teachers should be trained for artificial intelligence. AI in teacher training program encompasses a wide range of such as classroom management, technology integration in teaching, and immersive teaching aids, self-paced evaluation platforms, identification of special children, virtual teaching assistance and mentorships, data-driven insights, and simulation-based learning experience. So we did a case study B.Ed college who volunteered for a special AI training. During their simulation training period of 1 month were taken. 18 teacher educators also volunteered to observe these trainee teachers during internship period. The objectives of the study was to create pre-service teachers experiences with artificial intelligence platforms in context of field teaching, to examine the impact of AI training on the teaching during internship period, and last, to identify the challenges when using AI in their preferred platforms. The three AI-powered platforms were Newton, Smart Sparrow, and Dreambox Learning. Newton is an AI-powered assessment evaluation platform, whereas Smart Sparrow is an adaptive e-learning platform which helps in teaching sciences, social sciences, and languages. And Dreambox Learning is an innovative maths form for students. It is very good for teaching immersive teaching techniques for mathematics and commerce teachers. So we what we did is we use these three tools during one month of their simulation teaching sessions. Every trainee teacher has to deliver 3 lesson plans in Smart Sparrow for science, language, and social sciences, and Dreambox for mathematics and commerce pedagogy. And they also have to give 2 on offline mode lesson plans. They also have to digitally check the learning level of their students. All 5 lesson plan administrations or teaching platform. The data was collected through the combination of some tools. They were all qualitative tools. The first one was training teachers reflective during internship period, which was their subjective comments and reflections, what they felt during their internship period. The second was the perception survey of trainee teachers. We prepared a self-report form and objective survey. And last is teacher educators in schedule, that is a rating scale during the intern period. The first one was a trainer's reflective diary of internship period. The trainee teacher's reflective diary reveals that it is a powerful tool. Every student was accepting, trainee teacher was accepting that it is a very powerful tool, and it is very helpful in preparing them for internship period. However, there were some challenges like how to do lesson planning, logistic issues, online safety, security pose obstacles. Despite all this, all the trainee teachers were holding it as a promising field to try upon. Then the another is a perception survey of trainee teachers, where we ask them that does this training program help in teaching skills in their classroom management skills. And they were having very strong perceptions, very positive perceptions regarding these AI platforms. They also said that these AI platforms, especially the Newton and Dreambox, were very effective in helping them to get new ideas, to find new activities for their for during the internship. And then we teacher gave their observations regarding these teachers. The teacher educators observations scheduled during internship revealed that 80% of the teacher educators strongly recommended AI training for trainee teachers. Observations showed proficiency in classroom management, discipline.
Thank you so much, Dr. Geeta Pathak, for a very nice presentation. Uh, thank you. And
Super intelligent next generation. I think my presentation. Thank you.
thank you so much, Dr. Geeta Pathak. A very nice presentation. and a very nice research. I request all the participants to please pen down your queries or questions from the presenters. We'll ask the questions or we'll take the questions in the after all the presentations. So the next paper presenter is Dr. Rupali Sharma, Assistant Professor, and her paper is analyzing ethical issues related to the use of AI-driven mobile applications for the education sector. Dr. Rupali Sharma.
Hello, ma'am. Is my PPT visible to you? Sorry, I can't hear you, ma'am. Hello.
Your PPT is visible, ma'am, and you're audible also. You
okay,
can start.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, digital excellence in the AI era.
Ma'am, start with your first slide.
Yes, ma'am. My title of the presentation is Analyzing Ethical Issues Related to the Use of AI-Driven Mobile Applications for the Education Sector. Digital excellence in the AI era is about being really good at using technology wisely and responsibly to make life better for everyone. And AI-related issues in education are continually increasing, limiting the creative potential within the sector. The use of AI in education raises ethical concerns, including information security, data privacy, displacement of human educators, transparency, and escalation of educational inequities. So the objectives of my paper is evaluate the meaning of ethical issues, which I have defined as an introduction section in the presentation. Assess ethical issues related to AI-driven mobile applications in education. Recommendations, strategies for solving ethical issues in AI-driven mobile applications for education. The research methodology part provides a detailed rationale for selecting specific tools and techniques to effectively address the research questions. Interpretivism philosophy chosen for its emphasis on understanding the subjective experience and perspectives of individuals involved in the study, particularly in the context of ethical issues in AI-driven mobile applications. Inductive approach adopted to explore and analyze the emerging patterns and trends in ethical issues within the education sector mobile applications. The grounded theory approach is utilized to uncover the underlying meaning and processes inherent in students' experience with AI-driven mobile applications in education. We choose secondary data collection from reputable academic sources such as Scopus, IEEE, and Google Scholar. Qualitative data analysis is employed to systematically organize, categorize, and interpret the collected data, utilizes thematic analysis to identify recurring themes and patterns, allowing for an exploration of students' attitudes, behavior, and perceptions regarding ethical issues in AI-driven mobile applications. The next part is the data analysis. In the introductory section of the data analysis, first we analyze ethical issues in AI education. Our focus is on exploring the various ethical themes intertwined with the integration of artificial intelligence in the education sector. The paramount objective is to shed light on the ethical landscape surrounding the use of AI, emphasizing the potential challenges and implications that arise in the education sector. This figure depicts as the educational apps market expand exponentially as evidenced by Technoview's projections for growth until 2027. The increasing use of AI in education becomes a focal point, accentuating the urgency of addressing associated ethical concern. The next, we analyze the impact of chatbots and tracking issues. The analysis scrutinizes the role of educational chatbots such as Modly, Duolingo, Quora, and Snatchbot. Like Quora, which is ideal for generating long-form content like essays, and Snatchbot, which is suitable for exam preparations and homework support. In student learning, revealing a dichotomy where the benefits of creative learning coexist with the drawbacks of continuously tracking and stalking. Through this figure, it is determined that there are several subjects that students are learning through the use of chatbots like computer science, general language, mathematics, and psychology. The selected chatbots platforms for the students involved web and mobile applications and desktop. However, their information will be then stocked and tracked continuously. So this means that they will not be able to improve their overall performance with the use of chatbots. The next, I move on to a discussion and conclusion part. The major impact is less creativity and innovation associated with the susceptibility to inequalities and discriminatory outcomes. Like when students using chatbots like Moodle, Duolingo, etc., they face continuous tracking and stalking, impacting their educational experience. This means that they will not be able to improve their overall performance. Additional ethical concerns include copyright infringement, environmental damage, and unequal access to technology, creating educational disparities. AI's influence on creativity process negatively affects the information students receive. The inequality issues extend to access to AI technology, where students in underprivileged area may lack the same opportunities. Ethical considerations are crucial for responsible technology use in education, ensuring equal access, privacy protection, and fair opportunities. The ethical considerations also involve transparency in how AI algorithms make decisions, ensuring students and educators understand the processes. Collaborative efforts between educational institutions, policymakers, and technology developers are essential to establish comprehensive ethical guidelines for AI use in education. Thus, it can be concluded that ethical issues that are linked to the use of AI involve the lack of privacy and surveillance of the students. It can also be concluded that the use of chatbots, students are facing issues of misuse of information. So, I would like to mention two recommendations in the final section of this presentation. First is the code of ethics should include provision for ongoing training and awareness program to keep educators and students informed about ethical considerations related to AI. And the second is establish a collaborative framework for sharing best practice and best practices and ethical guidelines among educational institutions globally to foster a collective efforts in a responsible AI use. Because a comprehensive ethical guidelines and awareness program can help balance the benefits and challenges of AI in education. That's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rupali Sharma. I request all the presenters, जब आप present करते हैं अपना paper, तो kindly open your video. So this is a humble request to all. The third presenter of today's technical session is Miss Anita Sahai. She is working as an assistant professor in Satyug Darshan Institute of Education and Research, and her title is Excellence in the Age of Digital Technology for Fostering Quality in Higher Education. Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself.
शालिनी मैम, आपने को होस्ट कर दिया मैम को? अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने को। शालिनी मैम।
जी सर।
अनीता साय मैम को को होस्ट बनाया आपने?
सर मुझे वो
आप इनके उस पे जाइए ना, जो साइड में जो वीडियो आ रहा है उसी के साइड में देखिए 3 डॉट्स पे क्लिक करके।
सर मैम का नाम ही नहीं दिख रहा मुझे तो कहीं। अच्छा
नहीं, उसमें नाम में मत खोजिए, वीडियो में नजर आ रही है मैम, आपको ही बताइए।
नहीं सर।
5 वीडियोस ओपन है।
Am I audible? Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, because this is not working. So sorry for this inconvenience. Good afternoon to all honorable delegates of this national conference, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm Anita Sahai, Assistant Professor, Satyuk Darshan Institute of Education and Research. And the title of my topic is Excellence in the Age of Digital Technology for Fostering Quality in Higher Education, a review. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Overview of the presentation, introduction, objective and methodology, need of digital technology, types and benefits of digital technology, government initiative to promote digital education in India, challenges of digital technology in education and the way forward, discussion, suggestion, conclusion and reference. In today's digital era, the pursuit of excellence takes on a new dimension. As technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace, the education system, business, individuals, and societies are compelled to redefine what excellence means and how it is achieved. The fusion of human ingenuity with digital tools has created a landscape where excellence is not merely a destination, but its journey to adaptation, innovation, and mastery. Excellence in higher education in the age of digital technology requires a multifaceted approach that integrates technology seamlessly into various aspects of teaching, learning, research, and administration. India is a diverse country with 1.425 billion population at the end of April 2023, according to UN estimates, out of which 2/3 are youth. The Indian higher education system is considered to be the third largest in the world. As estimated done in June 2023, it has approximately 41.4 million students, 1,113 universities, 1.5 million teachers, 43,796 colleges, and 11,296 standalone institutions, as report published by Times Higher Education. Now, the planning and execution for education rooted with the use of technology needs to be strengthened if India wants to be seen as Vishwaguru or world leader. The use of ICTs and educational technology in education is the need of the hour. It has the competency to extend to each nook and corner of the country and bridge the digital divide by providing learning, teaching, continuous professional development, assessment, and so on. With these viewpoints, the National Education Policy 2020 put great stress on use of educational technology to enrich access of educational opportunity, address concern of inclusion, diversity, increase the quality of education, expand access, quality, quantity, equity, accountability, and affordability of education system in India. Virtual classroom, interactive simulation, and online resources like a smart board, mobile device, MOOCs, tablets, laptops break down the traditional barriers to education and fostering a culture of continuous learning and skill development. Now, the objective of this study is to examine the need for education and what initiatives are taken by Indian government to promote digital education in India, to explore potential challenges that may hinder the successful implementation of digital related skills in higher education. In terms of methodology, this review article is based on qualitative approach with reference to notable studies, projects. This article shared and discussed results in narrative way. Source of data, this study is totally based on secondary data, which is collected from notable studies, projects, education report of World Economic Forum, journals, articles, reputed newspaper, write-ups, and websites. Now, what are the needs of digital technology in education? First one is enhancing employability. As there is a high demand for those who are skilled in digital technology on the part of employees in various industries. Digital literacy increases proficiency in digital tools, technology that can help in getting job opportunities. Second one is empowering individual as it provides access to information, opportunity, service, and empowering lifelong learning and personal development. Third one is promoting critical skill and problem-solving skills. And fourth one is fostering digital literacy as it inspires individuals to appreciate others' digital rights and engage, contribute positively in digital society. Now, the types of digital technology in education. Number one is interactive learning software that provide a dynamic and immersive learning experiences, fostering curiosity and a deeper understanding of subject. For example, Canva and iSpring. Second one is e-book or digital book provide with a more interactive and portable alternative to traditional textbook. Neither they get on nor they have any heavy weight for students or teachers. Third is a smart classroom. That is which include mainly interactive digital board, smart TV, digital whiteboard, and smart projectors. These tools facilitate the teaching, real-time teaching and collaboration, and making a lesson more engaging and interactive. Education labs, that is software that allow facilitate virtual teaching and learning process. Now, fifth one is digital assessment, which mainly include practice set, quiz, and assessment with the use of digital tools such as tablets, phones, laptops, and also help teachers to provide immediate feedback to these students. Now, next is the learning management system, which enable teachers to organize course material, assessment, communication with students in one place, and making it easier to deliver and track learning outcomes of these students. Now, the next one is the learning analytics. That is, it evolve the collection and analysis of data related to students' performance and engagement, which help teachers in making improvement in their own methods, teaching methods, and curriculums. Next is adaptive learning style, which mainly track students' progress, engagement, performance, and use of data to provide personalized learning experience. Now, digital technology has revolutionized higher education in numerous ways. Number one is accessible learning resources. That include online learning, online lecture, interactive multimedia content, ebook, simulation. Second is personalized learning experiences, which we get from adaptive learning platform and analytical tools that can track students' progress and provide them personalized feedbacks. Next is collaborative learning environment among students and faculty members across geographical boundaries. And another one is blended learning model, that is face-to-face interaction with online learning materials. And next is data-driven decision making. And another one is continuous professional development. Means digital technology mainly facilitate these points, and quality assurance and accreditation. And it also facilitates lifelong learning by providing them credit, online courses, micro credentials, certification programs, and innovation and research. And the last one is career opportunities. That is digital literacy empower individuals to become accustomed to technological advancement, making them more attractive to employees in various industries. Now, the government steps, government's initiative. First one is National Digital Library of India, which was launched by Ministry of Human Resource Development. It provides e-books, articles, thesis. Second one is SWAYAM, which is offering a free course, online course from elementary to postgraduate level. Next is SWAYAM Prabha, which is broadcast a high quality educational content through 32 DTH channels covering various subjects. Another one is e-Pathshala, which was launched at the time of Digital India campaign, and it provides digital textbooks, audio, video, interactive session, mainly covering all subjects from primary to postgraduate level. Next is Pradhan Mantri e-Vidya, which also help in providing materials, facilitate access to digital online learning as well as the teaching. Next is National Academic Depository, NAD. NAD mainly aimed at maintaining a repository of academic awards. And another one is NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, which started by IITs in collaboration with IIScs, and it provides course materials of engineering, science, technology. Diksha portal will facilitate, accelerate, and intensify solution in the field of teacher education. And NEP 2020 is also based on the principle that the technology can play a transformational role in the immense potential of technology in revolutionizing higher education. And NEP 2030 has proposed National Education Technology Forum for the free exchange of ideas on various dimensions of digital transformation and online education. Now, what are the challenges and the way forward? Access and equity. As we all know that not all the students have equal access to digital technology and internet. This digital divide mainly increased the educational inequalities, and it mainly affected the low-income families, children, and rural area. So, to address these challenges, government and educational institutions must invest in infrastructure to ensure equitable access to technology and internet connectivity for all students. Second point is digital literacy. As many students and educators lack the necessary digital literacy skills, for this digital literacy training program should be integrated into the educational curricula at this all level. And the next one is quality of content. As we all know that there's a vast amount of educational content available on online. So it is a great challenge for students and educators to discern high quality resources from inaccurate and unreliable information, and for this they must use the curated educational platform and open educational resources. Now, the next is privacy and security. As for this purpose, institution must robust the security measures, obtaining consent from data collection processing, and being transparent about how student data is used. And next challenge is digital divide among educators. Just as the students face digital divide, educators also face the same barriers. And for this, professional development program and ongoing support are essential for empowering educators. And the next challenge is pedagogical shift, as educators must move from traditional teaching methods to innovative strategies so that they can use the learning techniques, new learning techniques, project-based methods, inquiry-based instruction. And another point is digital exhaustion and distraction, as excessive screen timing and digital distraction can negatively impact students' attention span and cognitive abilities and overall well-being. So educators must be mindful of balancing digital learning with offline activities and promoting healthy screen habits among students. Now, in conclusion, we can say that although there are some challenges while adopting digital technology, but they offer tremendous potential to transform education. It enables easy access to information and easy retention of knowledge, increased storage, improved presentation of content in better way, and also make education more interactive. So by embracing digital technology and fostering culture of innovation, higher education institution can enhance excellence and adaptability in the rapidly evolving landscape of education. Thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. You have very well explained the topic. Challenges के साथ साथ आपने इसके benefits भी बताए हैं. That's very nice presentation. Next, I welcome Ms. Priya Alfonso, MEd student, and her paper title is Digitalization in Higher Education: Transformative Trends and Perspectives, a Review. Ms. Priya. Priya, please, I request you to please open your video also.
How to maintain ethical education as
Any problem?
Shalini ma'am, please unmute Priya. She's asking for that. आपने अनम्यूट कर दिया उसे?
प्रिया मैम, अपने आप को खुद से अनम्यूट कीजिए, क्योंकि आप ऑलरेडी को होस्ट हैं, तो किसी की हेल्प की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है आपको। अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
सर मैं कर रही हूँ, लेकिन वो उधर
नहीं
से
नहीं,
नहीं हो
आप
पा
नहीं,
रहा।
प्रिया मैम खुद करेंगी उसको, तभी हो पाएगा। वो ऑलरेडी को होस्ट हैं। प्रिया मैम, अपने आप को अनम्यूट कीजिए और वीडियो भी ऑन कीजिए अपना। दोनों चीजें पॉसिबल है आपके केस में। अगर वो शेयर कर सकती है स्क्रीन, तो इसका मतलब उनके पास परमिशंस हैं। तो क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही है? उन्हीं के एंड पर प्रॉब्लम आ रही है इसका मतलब। प्रिया मैम, आप ना एक काम कीजिए, शेयरिंग रिमूव कीजिए पहले इस स्क्रीन की। प्रिया मैम, या तो आप इनको टाइम दे दीजिए, नेक्स्ट पार्टिसिपेंट्स को कॉल कर लीजिए।
ओके, प्रिया मैम आप शेयरिंग रिमूव करके
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
यस यस यू आर ऑडिबल।
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
और
And
प्लीज, हाँ जी,
ma'am, Jesu Raj will share the screen, ma'am. It's not getting shared from here. It is shared.
एंड
Thank
आप
you.
अपनी वीडियो ओपन कर लीजिए प्लीज।
Video. Okay, done. Oh, yeah, ma'am.
ओके ओके, यू कैन स्टार्ट।
You can see me?
यस यस,
Brother Jesu, start. Good afternoon, respected delegates and researchers on online platform. I, Priya Alfonso, would like to present my research views on digitalization in higher education, transformative trends and perspectives. In fact, I have only faced a digitalization challenge now at the moment. The abstract of this paper of research explores the pervasive influence of digital education in the contemporary era, emphasizing its inevitability in shaping the learning experiences of students, highlighting the transformative nature of the digital age. The authors discuss the shift from traditional education dependencies on books and mentors to a landscape where technology facilitates easy access to diverse learning materials and mentors from any global location. The paper presents the results of a survey involving students, parents, and teachers, providing an analytical summary of the digitalization impact on education, emphasizing its role in simplifying learning processes, transcending geographical constraints, and fostering global social networking. Overall, it underscores the significant changes brought about by digital education, making learning more accessible, personalized, and integrated into daily life. Introduction. Digital education has become a transformative force within India's educational landscape, leveraging the widespread availability of smartphones and internet connectivity to transcend traditional boundaries of learning. This paragraph shift has not only granted students access to a diverse array of educational resources, but has also revolutionized teaching methods, fostering engagement, accessibility, and inclusivity. It was launched on 1st July 2015 under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Digital India program embodies the vision to transform India into a digitally empowered society and a knowledge-based economy. This initiative encompasses various facets of digital education, including Diksha, Vidyadhyan, e-textbooks, Pragyatya, and Shikshavani. However, there are a few challenges. Firstly, it is the poor internet connectivity. The lack of internet availability, affordability, and poor connectivity are the primary barriers to accessing digital education resources, hindering inclusivity. Secondly, lack of its support. Inefficient and insufficient IT support in schools complicates online learning delivery, impeding the seamless integration of technology into education. Tech adaptation. The rapid technological changes poses challenges for students with limited technical knowledge, making adaptation to evolving platforms difficult. Software issues. Unoptimized software for mobile devices and security issues during online learning are significant obstacles that need to be addressed during implementation. So these are a few challenges which I have listed. The method which I have used for my research is data analysis. The study utilized a comprehensive data analysis methodology which entailed distributing surveys to 100 students, 100 parents, and 50 teachers, following a meticulous data collection. The gathered information was systematically organized to serve as the foundation for subsequent interpretation and analysis. The results. The research questions guiding this study included online teaching effectiveness, rote learning, impact of digitalization, virtual or real classroom, technology contribution, digital education as the future, opinion on online learning, challenges of online education, advantages of face-to-face learning, value of digital education, flexibility. The results are...
The slides are not moving, Priya. The slides are not moving.
No, ma'am.
We can see challenges only. The slides are not moving. Anyway, continue.
Ma'am, can I continue? I'm trying to. Research. Teacher's perspective. Ma'am, can this slides be shared by Jesu Raj? Can you make him the host? Hello, ma'am.
We are able to see the screen of
Slide.
Jesu Raja
Okay.
only, but the slide is of challenges from starting.
Okay,
This is the only slide we can see.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, don't stop, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Online teaching is perceived as highly effective due to the flexibility and promotion of self-discipline among students through challenges such as reduced peer interaction and has transformed students' lives. Digitalization has transformed education by fostering global collaboration and enhancing learning outcomes through increased accessibility, making it accessible to modern audience. While face-to-face learning offers unique benefits like richer understanding and networking opportunities, digital education flexibility accommodates diverse learning styles and schedules, making it a vital component of the future of education. The research questions guiding the study related to the students' perspectives was definition of online education, teachers versus internet, benefits of online education, can online learning replace schools, likeness towards online learning, likeness towards online classes, students' motivation in online learning, problem facing education today, getting distracted in online class, and future online learning. The students' perspectives, online education encompasses distance learning and e-learning, providing students with the opportunity to study remotely while they offer internet and other alternatives to traditional classrooms. While online learning offers flexibility, cost saving, and diverse academic opportunities, challenges such as lack of face-to-face interaction, motivation issues, and distraction persist, highlighting the need of continuous improvement and adaptation in education landscape. Despite these challenges, as technology continues to evolve, online schooling is anticipated to become increasingly prevalent, offering enhanced freedom, flexibility, and opportunities for skill development in the future. The questions guiding parents' perspectives is impact of online classes on students' health, effectiveness, whether it is good or bad, online versus classroom learning, psychosomatic issues and screen time, health impacts of online learning, expanding the classroom trend, impact of e-learning on students, Digital India role in helping students, and changing the face of education. The parents' perspectives were as follows. Parents acknowledged the positive impact of online learning on students' academic performance, attributing it to the engaging features and flexibility offered by digital learning platforms. However, concerns arises regarding the increase in screen time, leading to psychosomatic issues and mental health challenges, prompting a need for strategic to mitigate these effects. Despite these concerns, parents recognize the transformative potential of digital learning in expanding educational opportunities and enhancing students' learning experiences, particularly through the self-paced learning and global access to courses facilitated by initiatives like Digital India. I would like to conclude it by stating, in the evolving realm of digital transformation, education plays a critical role, a pivotal role in equipping individuals and organizations with essential skills to thrive in modern digital era. Digital education not only enhances learning quality and inclusivity, but also reinforces the fundamental growth and the goal of empowering individuals for active engagement in society, emphasizing the importance of education practices that adapt to technological advancement. I would like to recommend institutions should implement strategies to seamlessly integrate digital education into their curriculum, including the adaptation of online learning platforms, interactive tools, and virtual classrooms to enhance student engagement and accessibility. Educators are encouraged to embrace innovative teaching methods such as flipped classrooms, project-based classrooms, and personalized instructions, technology to cater to diverse learning styles and foster critical thinking skills among students. It is vital for educators to incorporate a global perspective into their teaching practices, integrating multicultural content, collaborating projects with international peers, and virtual exchange programs to cultivate students' global competence and prepare them for a success in an interconnected world. I would like to thank the organizers for providing a platform to accept my views and thanks their researchers for a patient listening. Thank you, ma'am. And sorry, ma'am, for the PPT not being displayed.
It's okay. This is the major challenge we all are facing while presenting online. So
Yes,
कभी भी
ma'am.
कहीं भी हो सकता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But you presented very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now, the last presenter, Ms. Rajni Upadhyay, research scholar from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Dwarka. Her paper title is From the Margins to the Mainstream, Leveraging Online Education for Marginalization Communities. Over to you, ma'am.
Respected Sanjay sir, Reena ma'am, Sakshi ma'am, Shalini ma'am, and all the paper presenter. Good afternoon, everyone, and pleasure to connect with you here. Ma'am, give me allow 1 minute to share my screen. Hope it is visible now.
Yes, it's visible.
Ma'am, if this PPT is not working, kindly let me know. Okay, good afternoon once again, everyone. My name is Rajni Upadhyay. I am a research scholar from University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Dwarka, Delhi. I am presenting a theme-based paper, although everyone have presented their theoretical paper, but it's a empirical paper, but mine is a theme-based, and it's a joint paper with my supervisor, Dr. Amit Ahuja, sir. The title of the paper is From the Margin to the Mainstream, Leveraging Online Education for Marginalized Community. First, begin with the introduction part. Margins to the mainstream, basically it marks a transformative move towards inclusivity, valuing diversity, voice once sidelined. It demands equitable representation in all the societal sector, enriching discourse and promoting fairness. This paradigm shift seeks to dismantle systematic barriers, which ensure all voices are heard and respected equally, fostering a juster society. The objective of the paper is to just investigate how online education transforms and empowers marginalized community by offering accessible and flexible learning. Let's start with the first concept of marginalized community. Basically, it's a very known concept which excludes from the mainstream life due to the race, gender, or other factors, facing limited access to essential resources, rights, and opportunity that are often readily available to others. And the challenge faced by the communities includes limited access to resources, culture and language barrier that deter engagement, economic struggle, which affecting schooling affordability, social and institutional bias, lowering expectations, lack of representation in content and staff impacting students' sense of belonging, psychological barrier, which includes stereotype, threat harming performance, and a technological divide in online learning due to insufficient access to technology and internet. And these challenges collectively hinder the educational progress of marginalized community, affecting their overall opportunities and success. Online education, basically, it's a tool for empowerment, which leveraging technology enhancement provide marginalized community with an opportunity to overcome geographical, economic, and social barrier. It offering a flexible alternative to traditional learning. And what are the benefits of online learning platform? Basically, it enhances accessibility for those in remote area, offering a cost-effective alternative to traditional education and reducing expenses on infrastructure and commuting. So they provide flexible learning schedule, personalized experiences through adaptive technology, and foster inclusivity by reducing discrimination. With access to diverse and relevant content, so these platforms also promote digital literacy and vital workforce skills, making them especially valuable for marginalized community with limited access to technology. Technological requirement and accessibility, basically the digital device exacerbated in marginalized community is a barrier to online education, highlighting the disparity between those with and without access to necessary technology and internet connectivity. The strategy for increasing the accessibility to technology RS, it enhanced the technology accessibility strategy include expanding internet connectivity to remote areas, implementing subsidized technology program, and establishing community access point like internet cafe. Digital literary programs improve effective technology use, while public-private partnership foster infrastructure development. Offering localized content and language support makes digital learning more relevant, and leveraging mobile technology through apps provide flexible learning opportunity, crucial for bridging the digital divide in marginalized community. There are some engagement strategies to increase the engagement and retention in online courses, which is very important in the online program, to incorporate interactive quiz, poll, and simulation for active learning, encourage collaborative learning through forums and group projects, and offer personalized learning path with adaptive technology, provide regular feedback and consistent support, utilize gamifications for motivation, and employ multimedia content to cater to different learning styles. So these techniques create a dynamic and supportive online learning environment that enhance student participation and success. There are some policies and supports. Government provides policies and supports. Role of government in terms for providing the online education. First, the government play a crucial role in supporting online education by developing digital infrastructure, allocate funding for technology and resources, regulating curriculum and standard, and investigating in teacher training for digital skills. Also fostering public-private partnership, which enhance resource sharing and innovation. And these efforts are vital for ensuring that online education is accessible, equitable, and effective, especially in underprivileged area, paving the way for more inclusive educational future. Policy framework for success for online educations include ensuring equitable access for all the students regardless of background or disability, enforcing data privacy and security measures to protect student information, and establishing quality assurance and accreditations to uphold educational standards. It promoting lifelong learning and upskilling initiative through online platform is crucial to addressing the dynamic needs of the modern workforce, which foster an environment of continuous growth and adaptation. There are some case studies which I'm quoting here. The first is by Bridge International Academy, Sub-Saharan Africa. Bridge International Academy, basically it innovatively uses technology in low-cost private school across Africa, with delivering consistent quality education through tablet-based scripted lessons, significantly improving literacy and numeracy outcome. Second one is the Khan Academic Partnership in India. It has performed partnership with Indian states to improve education in marginalized area. By incorporating its courses into curriculum and training educator, it has enhanced engagement and comprehension in maths and science. One laptop per child in Peru. The program aimed basically to boost learning by distributing laptop to children in rural and marginalized area, and it positively developed digital skills and cognitive abilities in children. Last one is Solar Spell Initiative in the Pacific Island. Solar Power Digital Library. It offers offline educational resources in remote Pacific Island, which enhance learning by overcoming internet challenges for students and teachers with valuable educational material. There are some potential challenges with the solution. First is bridging the digital divide with improved infrastructure and affordable technology. We can enhance social interaction by the way of forum and live session. Implement blended learning model for the hands-on experiences. We can support learner with tutoring and counseling for boosting their motivations. We can establish clear quality standard and accreditation for enhancing the course credibility. Last, at the conclude part, I can say the future of online education in marginalized community herald a transformative shift towards equity. It promising significant social change by making technology an educational equalizer. Envisaging universal internet access and affordable tech, it emphasizes the fusion of online and traditional learning with personalized education and global collaboration. For this vision to materialize, concerted effort from the government, educator, and the private sector are essential alongside community, family, and learner engagement. So all together, these actions aim to make accessible online education a pivotal force in overcoming global education barrier and unlocking new opportunities. These are the suggested reading. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for a nice presentation. So I think the last presenter is not there. So we have only 5 presenters in this session. So now the house is open for question answers. So I request participants, if you have any questions, so you can ask or write in chat box. If we have no questions, okay, it means that all presenters are presented.
I have a question for Dr. Geeta Pathak. The first I may ask. Suppose she is here. Geeta Pathak, is she there?
No, ma'am.
Maybe she has left. Being from a teacher training institution and that particular B.Ed program, I just wanted to know they have done a wonderful research, and I just wanted to know about the various AI platforms used, how they have used. They said that they have done some simulated training during the B.Ed course. So I just wanted to know about it. Who were the individuals who gave the training to the prospective teachers? And how was the experience? So she is not here. One more question, if I may ask, Priya Alfonso, is she there? Priya. Yeah, Priya, I can see her, but
This one.
प्रिया आप अनम्यूट करोगे? चलिए कोई बात नहीं, मे बी some problem at her end. And the participants don't want to ask any question.
क्या हुआ मैम?
सर वो पार्टिसिपेंट्स तो क्वेश्चंस पूछ नहीं रहे, मैं जिन दो लोगों से पूछना चाहती थी वो दोनों सुन नहीं पा रहे मेरी बात शायद।
मैम गीता मैम का तो शायद कोई और कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन
मे बी और
वो
प्रिया
बोला था मुझे कि वो
कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है शायद, उसको थोड़ा ज्वाइन करने में भी प्रॉब्लम थी।
जी कोई नहीं, आगे प्रोसीड कर लेते हैं फिर।
हाँ हाँ सर आगे चलते हैं।
So shall I forward? Thank you.
टेक्निकल सेशन 1.3 भी जस्ट एंड हो रहा है बिल्कुल, इसलिए मैं ऊपर चला।
Okay. So thank you so much, all the presenters. You have presented very well, and it is with great pleasure and enthusiasm that I co-chaired this session on fostering excellence in higher education, the digital era, basically. So I really felt immense pleasure to have the insightful presentations we have just experienced and have provided us with a profound understanding of excellence in the age of digital technology. So the topics covered shed light on the transformative power that digital advancements bring to, cover all the facets of our life, whether we talk about education, we talk about teacher training, we talk about the enhancing this or grooming the personality of the students. So we all know that today, as we engaged in a very good dialogue and exchanged ideas, so hope we all gained, and guided by the spirit of curiosity and openness. और जो भी हमने आज सीखा है, जो भी learning और insights ली है, इन सब प्रेजेंटर्स से, जिन लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा रिसर्च वर्क करके अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है, अपना थीमेटिकल पेपर, कॉन्सेप्चुअल पेपर से अपना पूरे चैलेंजेस और पॉजिटिव्स एंड we can't say negative but a suggestive way में how to use the technology in a positive way हमें insights दिए हैं. So I'm really thankful to all the presenters and best wishes to all of them. And thank you, the organizer. Thank you, Shalini ma'am. Thank you, Sanjay sir, Reena ma'am. Thank you so much. So over to Shalini ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Your valuable contribution throughout the session. So please sharing the memento. Sanjay sir. Ma'am, please accept as a token of gratitude from the organization of the conference, this virtual memento. Sakshi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am audible?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, please accept token of gratitude.
Maybe due to some technical glitch, it is not visible on the screen, but we always know that the organizing team is, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Shalini ma'am, कोई बात नहीं, it is visible on the side screen. We are able to see it. है ना? उसके लिए आप परेशान मत होइए.
Okay, ma'am.
Is handling too many sessions, na? It is okay. We can proceed. No.
Okay, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari ma'am for closing remark. Ma'am, we are eagerly await insight and reflection on the proceeding of this session.
I would try to be as concise as I can be. It was wonderful to be a part of the technical session where various participants presented their papers in a very concise manner, and I'm too delighted to see that the kind of participation ranged from MEd students to research scholars to assistant professor and associate professor. So there was a wide range, and one more thing कि जो presentations हुए कि excellence higher education में digitalization के युग में कैसे हो सकता है, तो उसमें सबसे important तो जो theme based papers थे वो भी थे कि आखिर digitalization के द्वारा क्या प्राप्त किया जा सकता है, विशेषकर क्योंकि अनीता सहाय मैडम ने जब बात की जिसमें उन्होंने डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज को लेकर, गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स को लेकर कौन से बेनिफिट्स हैं और चैलेंजेस हैं, सबको उन्होंने बहुत ही समग्रता से प्रस्तुत किया. उसी के साथ रजनी उपाध्याय जो हैं उन्होंने भी मार्जिनलाइज्ड जो सेक्टर है उसको मेन स्ट्रीम में लाने के लिए हम ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन या डिजिटलाइजेशन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें क्या कार्य किए जा सकते हैं उस संदर्भ में अपने विचार प्रस्तुत किए. प्रिया अल्फोंसो का स्क्रीन जो है वो इतना विजिबल नहीं होने से बहुत क्लैरिटी जो है उनके डेटा एनालिसिस को वो सिर्फ सुनकर प्राप्त नहीं हो पाई, बट I'm very much hopeful with the kind of researchers during their post-graduation studies. If the students are doing such kind of research and trying to present their findings, it is really commendable. So Priya, you and the two other students along with you have done a commendable job. Presentation was really good. और ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि आपने ये challenges जो हैं और विशेषकर क्योंकि आपका data based था तो आपने challenges को लेकर भी पूरी की पूरी बात की हैं. उसी के साथ डॉक्टर रूपाली शर्मा मैम जो हैं, उन्होंने एथिकल इश्यूज को लेकर बात की, उनका भी डेटा बेस्ड पेपर था। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, जब भी हम बात एआई की करते हैं, हम डिजिटलाइजेशन की करते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी की करते हैं, तो उसमें सबसे बड़ा इशू जो है वो एथिकल इश्यूज ही होते हैं। और मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस की जब उन्होंने बात की तो बिल्कुल सही बात है। मैं तो आज हम सभी चीज ये देख रहे हैं कि आज हम किसी चीज को सर्च थोड़ा सा भी दब सा जाए और आपके पास उसकी बिल्कुल बाढ़ सी आने लगती है। और स्पेशली जो गेम्स, आप अगर आप कभी फेसबुक में गेम्स खेलते हैं तो आपका डाटा जो है वो किस तरीके से जा रहा है। तो रूपाली शर्मा जी ने भी एथिकल इश्यूज से रिलेटेड जो है वो बात की। और डॉक्टर गीता पाठक का जो प्रेजेंटेशन था, डाटा बेस्ड प्रेजेंटेशन था, और उसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात जो मुझे लगी वो ये कि बीइंग फ्रॉम अ टीचर ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन, वो केवल डिजिटलाइजेशन जो क्लासरूम में भी होना चाहिए, हायर एजुकेशन में होना चाहिए, उसकी बातों को करते हुए वो टीचर ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में जो प्रोस्पेक्टिव टीचर्स हैं, वो जब प्रैक्टिस टीचिंग के लिए जाते हैं, जब वो अपना इंटर्नशिप जो करते हैं, उसमें किस प्रकार से डिजिटलाइजेशन को या डिजिटल एजुकेशन को, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज को वो वाकई इन प्रैक्टिस में लेने लगे, इसकी तैयारी टीचर ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस में भी होने लग गई है। तो इट वाज रियली नाइस टू know, especially when she was talking about the various AI platforms. AI is something about जो कि अभी केवल बात ही की जा रही है। और मुझे लगता है कि अगर अपने टीचर ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन में उन्होंने AI को लेकर न सिर्फ प्रोस्पेक्टिव टीचर्स को ट्रेन किया है, बल्कि वो कैसे लेसन प्लानिंग में, स्टूडेंट्स की इवैल्यूएशन में और क्लासरूम टीचिंग में उसको यूज कर रहे हैं। तो दिस इज समथिंग वेरी न्यू एंड इट शोज अ वेरी पॉजिटिव अप्रोच, क्योंकि मैंने देखा 80% ऑफ प्रोस्पेक्टिव टीचर्स जो हैं वो एआई को रिकमेंड करते हैं। तो अगर रिकमेंडेशंस है ये स्टूडेंट्स टीचर्स की तरफ से, तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत जल्दी ये प्रैक्टिस में भी आने लगेगा। तो ऑल द प्रेजेंटेशंस वर रियली वंडरफुल एंड आई थैंक Dr. Sanjay sir, Dr. Sakshi ma'am and Shalini ma'am for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Shalini ma'am, please unmute yourself. You're not audible.
Ma'am. Thank you, Reena ma'am. Your insightful closing remark, your words have provided us with a profound perspective on the significance of this session. Sir, kindly share the memento. Sanjay sir.
Wait a minute. Just give me 1 minute. This is 1.2 na? Technical
Yes,
session.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. It is visible?
No, sir.
एक बार फिर से
सर थंबनेल्स में तो दिख रहा है वो
जी
1.2 में।
एक बार करता हूँ मैं। Now visible? Slide is visible or not?
Slide visible है sir.
Okay.
But
मुझे बताइए
memento
क्या
वाली
शेयर
नहीं।
करना था?
Sir, next slide.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Kindly accept, ma'am.
साक्षी मैम, थैंक यू सो मच सर। साक्षी मैम का भी जरा फुल स्क्रीन कर दीजिए,
जी,
उस समय नहीं हो
जी,
पाया था।
जी। Sakshi ma'am, kindly accept as a token of gratitude. Now,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
now it's time of vote of thanks. Thank you so much. I express my heartfelt thanks to all those who have this session possible. First of all, I would like to start by thanking our organizing partner, CTPD, SGRF, and CTEF India. Special thanks to our chair, Dr. Reena Unyal Tiwari ma'am, and co-chair Dr. Sakshi Varmani Rishi ma'am for accepting our invitation and being here with us today. Your thought have truly inspired us. Thank you, participants and students. I express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir, Principal, SCPS. I express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Anita Singh ma'am, Mr. Nirmal Singh sir. I express my heartfelt thanks to presenter, participant, student, and one and all who are supported us and present here. Thank you very much. But
Thank you,
please,
Reena ma'am. Thank you so much, Sakshi ma'am.
before leaving, kindly fill the feedback form. I will share in chat box.
मैंने शेयर कर दिया है, बस जस्ट वो फिल करें और उसके बाद ही लीव करें, क्योंकि सर्टिफिकेट्स फीडबैक फॉर्म से ही जनरेट।
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks to the organizing committee. Thank you.
शालिनी मैम 5 मिनट्स के लिए रहने दीजिएगा इसको,
जी सर,
जिससे कि लोग अपना फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल कर पाए, उसके बाद फिर इसको एंड करिएगा आप। एंड वाला ऑप्शन आप ही के पास आ रहा होगा।
जी सर।